What's going on, guys? Just want to do a quick video on my Surron Ultra B. I literally just realized now that I have not done a video on this bike yet. I'm in my garage, as you can see, and is an absolute disaster. So please excuse the mess. I just got the gas-powered stuff out today because it's been months since I've ridden this stuff. But anyways, my 23 4Runner is at the 4 Wheel Parts shop getting new springs put on it because I've added so much weight to it. It is shrinking. Roof racks and molly packs and water tanks and all sorts of stuff. So I'll have that back next week. But anyways, yeah, I can't believe I haven't done a video on this bike yet. You guys know I had a Surron Light B, which is, the typical Surron. But I want to say I bought this, gosh, 2 months ago, month and at least I don't know, it's January now. It was, gosh, November, actually, I think it was. It was in November I bought this bike, and I cannot believe I haven't done a video on it. I did put a Surronics graphics kit on it, as you could see, which came out awesome. I don't know what you guys know about these bikes, but this is basically the step up from the typical Surron that you see. This bike is insane. Yeah, I want to say it's got like 330 foot-pounds of torque. When I take this down the power line run that I used to do on my KTM, I could hit about 55 miles an hour on the KTM 500, my 2015 or 16 KTM 500. And it was a rolling whoop section. It's pretty brutal. It beats a bike up bad. I'm sure you guys have seen the test where I've done it on my Tenere, and it bottomed out a couple times. Although that bike did pretty darn good for being stock. Anyways, I can do about 45 on this one with no gear. I've had just a helmet and gloves on. I guess if I put my boots and chest protector stuff on, maybe I'd feel a little bit more confident, but it rides out and it is basically silent. It does need new tires. It literally just, we've got nothing but sand here. So the bike just spins like mad. It just spins everywhere. So it needs a wider tire in the back because it's got too much power for that skinny little tire. The bike will do, I think my Speedo says about 57. I would say it's probably pretty close. It feels pretty close. I've, gone down the road with a couple of vehicles and doing about 55, 58, something miles an hour next to it. Yeah, this bike is awesome. I want to say roughly 187 pounds, 327 foot-pounds of torque. Just ridiculous. I mean, 3 modes, sport mode, daily, and eco. Eco sucks. It's basically nothing. It's what I ride, in with the kids when we're going on the sidewalk with their electric bikes. But yeah, one thing that it does, which I thought was absolutely stupid, was reverse. Until I was actually in some trails, we had a hurricane about a year ago, and in some of my trails that finally dried up, down trees everywhere. Well, you're flying along, and, it's single track, and sometimes it's just too tight to do a foot down turnaround. So you throw it in reverse. It's awesome. You throw it in reverse, and then you can spin around to a clearing and, spin around and go. Unbelievably one of the most useful things that that's awesome on this bike now. Until you use it and until you think about it, you're like, oh, that's stupid. What would you ever use reverse for? It's awesome to use reverse on it. So yeah, the amount of torque on this thing is ridiculous. The suspension, I'm right now, I'm 190 pounds, 185 typically in the morning. I've been hitting the gym extremely hard. So I've put about 10 pounds on. So I'm a little heavier than I usually am at my, 178 to 182 typically. And I have not bottomed the suspension out at all. And like I said, I run that power line run with those whoops, at 45, almost 50 miles an hour. It rips this little bike. So, you guys know every bike that I have, every Ducati, MT10, MT09, R1, you guys know I love my, gas bikes. And I don't like, well, I don't want to say I don't like electric cars, but I just don't think we're set up or ready for that whole situation yet. I don't get it yet. But the electric motorcycles, at least the off-road ones, are effing awesome. And this thing is nasty. I mean, like I said, the amount of torque is absolutely bonkers on this thing. It is a little weird not shifting gears, but just to have that straight power is unbelievable. The suspension, like I said, is, I've not adjusted it for my weight or anything like that, and I've not been able to bottom it out. And I've, like I said, ridden it pretty darn hard. So they really have, more of a dirt bike or motorcycle suspension on it this time around compared to the Surron Light B, which I am able to bottom out. I certainly couldn't hit any of the whoops like I do on this at all. I actually never even tried it on that bike. Not saying it couldn't do it, but I just never tried because I just didn't think the suspension would hold me. I'm sure a lighter guy would do fine. Also another fantastic bike. That Light B is an awesome little bike. But anyways, this thing is just on another level. So I don't know if you guys have tried one or not. In my opinion, and I don't know if it's just because you're just thrashing on it because it's so much fun to just rip. I feel like the battery does go quicker than the other Surron, even though it's a bigger battery, more powerful, everything. But I got about 3 miles away from the house, and the little electric, low gas or low electricity symbol started flashing on me. So it did go into limp mode all the way down those moguls. So I was kind of getting bummed that I was going to have to push it a long ways, but it made it all the way home. And I want to say the battery, is it 7 or 10%, maybe 8%? I can't remember now. But it got me home. It went in limp mode, so it was only doing like 15, 20 miles an hour, but it's way better than pushing. And I want to say I left at 25%. But again, it was ripping. It's hard to go slow on this. Eco mode just can't even deal with. And I just leave it in sport everywhere I go because it is so much fun. It's ridiculous. I'd start it up and let you listen to it, but well, that would be, I guess, kind of pointless. So it's just, that's it. Got 86 miles on it so far. S for sport. It's in sport mode. You hit your button. It's ready. And it moves. That torque is ridiculous on this bike. So anyways, I already see guys have upgraded motors and upgraded controllers and batteries for these things. I just can't even imagine it more ridiculous than it already is. Like I said, I think it needs wider tires just to calm it down some. Like I said, if you are just giving it throttle to go around a corner, it'll just come out from under you. It just does not stop spinning. It's awesome. So I actually got this from my local dealer. They are now a Surron dealer. Sunsports is a Surron dealer. As a matter of fact, I brought my original Light B Surron in for them to test ride. The owner, CEO, and sales manager all test rode it and decided to become a Surron dealer, which is awesome. So they gave me a great deal on this one. which they always do. They've always taken care of me. I've purchased probably 55 bikes from them now, so super good dudes. But anyways, there it is, guys. I guess one day when I stop being lazy and get my GoPro going again and decided to do another video. I haven't done a riding video, it feels like, in a year. I might show you guys how impressive this thing is. Like I said, I can't explain how awesome it is to go that fast, that much torque with zero sounds, almost zero sound. It's got a little bit of a noisy drivetrain, I guess. It's a belt, and then it goes to like I guess a jack shaft to a sprocket, and you hear that. So it is a little bit louder than the old Light Bee. Way worth it though. The thing is ridiculous. This bike is way worth it. Graphics kit really, in my opinion, changed the look. Really looks sharp. The only thing I didn't like about it was the green frame. It actually has a green frame. I don't know if you guys can tell that. I think the newer ones now are coming with black, but the sticker kits pretty much cover the frame up entirely. So the Surronics kit actually was very nice. Went on extremely easy. Whatever material they're using, as you know, it fit perfect. So went on very nice. And they have a ton of other kits. They don't sponsor me or anything like that, but I'd recommend them for sure. The kit was very nice, and it looks really good, and it covers up all the green, so it looks like the bike kind of came like this. So, all right, guys, let me know if you have any questions. One of these days, I'll probably do a riding video. If you notice, I've been doing a little bit more Forerunner stuff. I'm trying to get into that a little bit. I'm decking that thing out for camping and, you know, overlandy stuff. And I might do some videos with the, you know, the kids and the family. Right now, I don't have a motorcycle. I actually sold the Ducati. Like I usually do after about 1,400 miles. I sell every bike I pretty much own because I get just bored with it. And just motorcycle riding in general has been getting a little boring here. You know, there's only so many roads you can ride differently, faster, slower, and none of my buddies have bikes anymore. I got this because I just wanted, I actually was going to get my daughter a Light Bee to drive with me, but didn't. But her birthday's in February, so I may do that. We'll see. I don't know. She doesn't seem that interested into him right now, although she's a really good rider. She loved riding this. So I wanted her to ride with me, but she's into, you know, she's that age where, you know, I guess I'm not that cool anymore. She's 13. So she's got better things to do than hang out with me. So, all right, guys, well, that's it. Hopefully more updates coming. If I get another bike soon, you know, I'll let you know. Although I didn't let you know about this one. But here it is, the 2023 Ultra Bee. Absolutely sick bike. If you guys haven't tried one or test rode one, and you're thinking about getting one, that will push you over the edge for sure. If you ride this bike, it's absolutely insane. Never, I mean, it's a good size. I'm only 5'10", fits me perfectly. I can just about flat foot it. I mean, the balls of my feet are totally on the ground, but I can't completely flat foot it. So it's got some nice suspension travel. And my goodness, the power, the speed, the light, how light the bike is, makes it such an amazing, like, enduro trail bike. I mean, and you know, when I hop logs with it, like I did my KTM 500, I would go like 2 more foot in the air because it's so much lighter. It's just insane. So, all right, guys, see you.